being a full-time student and a full-time model, like how do you balance doing both?
The first step I take is to not let it stress me out, because it can. And we all get stressed out by school, life, everything that comes with it. And this is the thing for me is if you let yourself stress, you already lost. Right. We all have situations, we all have our own life, and we all have what we have to do. And the moment you let yourself start feeling the stress, you just take it in the loss. Instead you try to take with the positive light. You're not gonna be able to do everything. Hey, this is how I view it. Am I gonna go to work or go to school? I go to work. Why? Because I'm going to school to work. Well, I'm not saying that school isn't important to me, because it is. I appreciate learning. I appreciate working with my peers, making connections in school who I'll be working with later on down the line. But if I have an opportunity to work, I'm gonna take the opportunity. And with modeling and acting, it's not a job where you have the same manager who you go into work 3, 4 times, 5 times a week, and that's your schedule. It's a sporadic type of work where you don't know when your next job is gonna be, when your next check is coming in. So it's like, are you willing to miss out on that check? My freshman year in college, I skipped a final to be on an episode of a television show. And I was thinking in my head, it was a battle. Right. I just got to college. I'm in my first year in college. Right. And this is a final. Right. I know I'm gonna fail the class.
Right.
But I had the opportunity to do something that that may not come back.
What's your end goal with this? Like, do you want to be, that guy like that girls have on their wall, and like, do you want to be that guy?
I do.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I do.
Want to be that guy.
I do want to be that guy. I mean, for me, I would say my end goal is getting to a point where I have even more of a voice. We all have a voice, but I want a bigger voice. I want to be able to speak to more people, and I want to bring positivity in the world.
And what's your message that you want to give to your audience? Once you get on that platform and the platform that you have now, what do you want to let people know?
Whether it's teaching people to share, teaching people to be kind in their everyday, teaching people to try to live more by the golden rule and try to do to others as you wish they would do to you. And I want to spread awareness of world hunger, awareness of the types of things that our daily actions that we would never think have anything to do with anything, have so much to do with everything. I'm not a perfect person, never will be. That's not my end goal. Right. But, I'm trying to learn, and I want to help people learn. I want to help people open up their own mind. I don't want to tell people you should do this, you should do this, you should do that, you're doing this. I want you to think, oh, wait, and then you go when you start thinking on your own. Right. You start unraveling in your own brain, and that's how you learn the deepest,
So what do you, when you go on these sets and you go on these shoots and, you're an international model, you've modeled in Europe, yes, and here and stuff like that. What would you say is the biggest difference in modeling? Do you feel like since you started modeling and now, like, is there this perception that you have to be this rock hard, this very frail frame way and dress a certain way and just your Instagram followers and your, how much clout do you have? Like, what do you say to those people who don't fit that image? And do you feel like that image is reality? Like, have you ever been told like you have to look a certain way? Like, most people would look at you and think, hey, like, he has this great body, he has this great, hair or face and smile. Like, have you ever been told, no, you actually need to look like this?
When I first moved to LA, my agents told me you have to get skinnier. Now my agents tell me I need to get bigger. Point being I'm trying to make is you're never gonna be perfect, and you're never gonna please everybody's eye.
And that's what a lot of young people need to know. Like,
Definitely.
It's a standard. You're trying to fit a standard, and you don't know what that standard is when you walk in the door. So you could think that you've lost these 30 pounds, you've got these abs, but they could tell you, you know what, I want your eyes to be green, or your eyes should be green. So you're always chasing this facade, and you have to kind of like stand up and decide what's enough. What would be enough for you? Like, what would you just not do for?
So it came to a point for me where, when I first moved to LA, I honestly went through, I never once thought about what I ate ever. And then I'm in LA and I'm trying to model, and I'm like, okay, I gotta slim down. So I would go 3 days with just drinking smoothies, and then I would start binging. I was never throwing up or nothing like that, thank God, But I was struggling with eating. Like, I would be either doing so heavy, trying to eat healthy, that it would mess me up like eating super unhealthy the next days just to
balance it out.
Just to balance it out, right? So it came to the point, you know, I'm gonna go to a casting and maybe my abs don't look as good as they did yesterday. Maybe they don't look as good as they did a week before. Maybe they're gonna look good a week. Maybe I could have done 100 more sit-ups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But rather than think of all the things that I could have done, all the ways that I could look, I say, I am me.
Right.
And nobody will ever be me. So when I go to this casting, I'm gonna be me. And that's it.
Thank you, Jordan Rodriguez, for sitting here with me for Campus
Mickalea.
Conversations. Want to let everybody know, just, you know, be positive and
Definitely be
don't
positive.
stress yourself out. You know, school is coming to an end for a lot of people, and, you know, student mental health is very, very important. We just want everybody to be happy and love yourself.
That's where it starts, just loving yourself.
Loving yourself.